I want to drill on that, dude, because how if you had to gauge yourself, scale of 1 to 10, 1 total noob, 10 complete pro, when you signed up for the $60,000 mentorship, where were you in terms of skill and experience on that scale?
Well, my bank account would say I'm a complete novice and know, jack about
Yeah.
jack. Uh, but I knew that wasn't the case because, one of the things that keeps entrepreneurs going, especially in this space, is if you're growing, if you feel like your things are changing, you're learning things, it's making more sense, you're getting more clarity as to how everything works, and I did make progress. I was making a little bit of money using these skill sets. So there was evidence that it's legitimate. It made complete logical sense from way more than anything I was being asked to do in the traditional space. And so, and then the fact that I was learning and growing, and like I can go to a conference with other people and be schooling them about different strategies and different techniques. So that's what kept me motivated. I felt myself growing and I knew I was getting
Mhm.
better at this, and I knew it was gonna be only a matter of time, I just didn't know how much time, and that's what kept me going, and I was willing to do insane things, like invest in a $60,000 coaching program and go deep in debt, um, and, what one of the things that was happening at the time is, like, I had bought property before all of this, so uh I was a homeowner, and I ended up losing that home. I ended up going into foreclosure because I was so in debt, so, strapped for cash. Like, that was when the financial crisis happened. Everything went upside
Oh, yeah.
down, and so at the same time that everything is going upside down, I'm going into foreclosure. I living at home with my mom, and I'm, like, basically juggling to figure out what bills to pay first and what bills can, like, I put off till later, and it was like a very trying financial time, but it didn't feel that way. Like, it was like
How
another
come?
normal human being would have been crushed by that financial situation. Uh,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was not. It was almost like this is the I don't know, it was a cognitive dissonance thing or whatever, but I compartmentalized that really effectively, where I was like, "This is just kinda like a temporary situation." And my where I was headed was clear to me, and what I was
Mhm.
setting off to do was clear to me. And so all that I did the amount of work that I needed to do to manage the financial crisis, if you will. And this is at a time when the world is going through a financial crisis as well.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter. Like, I didn't take into account anything that was happening in the economy at all. Like, it didn't matter at all. And I had my
Mhm.
own financial crisis, and I was going through foreclosure. My credit is shot, all that stuff. And I was managing it. I was doing what I needed to do, but I wasn't like ultra concerned about it because I knew where I was headed. And obviously, I ended up being right. When you enter into a mentorship program and I, make multiple six figures in a single month, well, that kind of erased everything, right? It offsets all the financial troubles. All that got eventually, paid off. My credit was still shot for the next 10 years after that, but uh, when you're an entrepreneurs would understand what I went through because I'm not the only person that's ever gone through that. There's many entrepreneurs that have gone through financial crises and end up having so much belief in themselves they make it happen. And
Yeah.
so I just always believed that it was not always. It was a certain point in my journey where I was all in. I knew it was going to happen. I was willing to do whatever it took, just short of selling my kidneys, to to grow
Yeah.
grow the business. And I think it's just that confidence in myself that this is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And I just wasn't sure when. I never set a deadline. This is what a mistake a lot of network marketers do, and then maybe entrepreneurs as well, is they give themselves deadlines. If I'm not successful by this date,
Yeah.
I'm quitting. That's like the stupidest thing you can do because you don't have the ability to understand what deficits you have that are keeping you from that success. You have to work through whatever skills you need to develop. You have to whatever obstacles your own old personality has that get in the way, however you've sabotaged yourself in the past. You have to work through all that. You just don't know what those things are. You're blind to those things. And so you have to do the work and work through whatever personal, things that you have, and as well as develop skill sets. And some people learn faster, some people learn slower. Some people have more personal crap that gets in their way, some people have less. Some people come in with skills from another profession that are very useful, some don't. And so setting yourself a giving yourself a deadline is dumb, because you just don't know how long it's going to take for you to work through those things. But if you don't stop, eventually you get there.
Yeah.
And as long as you don't quit, as long as you're fully committed, it's going to work. It's just like, I guess, anything else that you commit to.
Hope you enjoyed our conversation with our speaker. I want to just remind you, if you are ready to stop chasing people and start having people chase you, if you're tired of all the spammy, scammy conversations all the time, you are invited to grab our free 5-day digital boot camp that will teach you how to attract the right kind of people, create the kind of influence so you can start enrolling those 3 to 7 customers each and every single week. And you can get that at the link below, or you can go to attractionmarketing.com/YouTube.